It's the most remarkable garage in the world. The garage that invented an industry, that reinvented work with a few simple rules. Work quickly, no bureaucracy, just invent. For 6 decades, this garage has been the workshop of the world's inventors. It will be still, because the company that began in this garage will return to the rules of this garage. Watch.
There's this guy that I want to get into the shower. Yeah, he's cute and he's smart and funny, but that's not why I want to get him in the shower. He has a slight imperfection, dandruff, and because I want to run my fingers through his hair, I want to help him. I mean, I've been there, and I know all he needs is Head and Shoulders, and he'll never have dandruff again. So his hair will always be perfect to play with. Now all I have to do is get him in the shower. How hard can that be?
Head and Shoulders. Don't let dandruff get in your way.
Why worry about diarrhea? Imodium, 1 dose can stop it coming back. Chewable Imodium Plus helps stop diarrhea and calms your stomach gently.
Strepsils Extra gently numb a painful sore throat. Strepsils Extra, an extra reason to shout.
Our game of the week is for the NFC Championship and the right to go on to play the Tennessee Titans in the Super Bowl. There's 1 quarter left and 1 point in it. It really is that close, so without further ado, let's go over for that final quarter now to the Transworld Dome.
With these glasses, I look very businessman. And now, I am sexy. Very sexy. With this, I look serious. With this, I am action man. And this says, I am very smart. Is Vision Express.
To release yourself, simply breathe. Haze Moods aromatherapy candles with natural essential oils. Haze, fragrances that change your world.
Yes, indeed. There you go. That will be the Super Bowl final for us there.
Even your friend with the Titans at 25-1 didn't have the Rams, did he?
Didn't spot that one coming. Not a lot of people did they, really? That was a good point that John was making there. And the Jules Hallis Trophy, the presentation of that will be done in a moment's time, and we're going to show it for you as well. You'll be delighted to hear. So that's going to come up in a little while. But, Mike, looking at that 4th quarter, nothing really went right for Tampa Bay, even in terms of calls, mistakes.
No, especially losing that, having that call overturned, the catch overturned was, I thought, a bad break. Because I thought that's a catch. He had the ball when it hit the ground. It was in his control. And unlike the first game in Jacksonville, where they had the non-call on the clock going down to 0, Tampa got hurt when the clock went down to 0, although it was the right call to make, and they had problems with that the whole game along. But what I really liked about the game was the way that St. Louis basically hung with Tampa's defense and finally found a way to beat them at the end. And it took a long while to do it, because every time they would move downfield, they had about 3 good drives. Tampa would adjust, or would stop them, and they wouldn't be able to take it. But they got the touchdown on a play where basically Kurt Warner read the defense coming. And I'll show you what I mean over on Mr. Telestrator, because that is the man who's going to blitz. And when Kurt Warner sees him blitzing, he knows that Ricky Prohl, who's up there in the mess of that telestrating that I just made, with single coverage. And Brian Kelly about the salary cap and about the way that it's affected teams that don't have good backups. And this is what the difference means. If you can
that's
have
what you pay for right there,
exactly.
Isn't it? Yeah.
When one receiver goes down, you've got to have. If you run 3 receiver sets, you have to have a good 4th receiver.
Yes.
And so that's to full credit of the Rams that they were able to keep him in the lineup.
And that was a piece of precision engineering, the passing, wasn't it? Because he was pretty well covered. I mean,
it was good coverage.
Nothing to squeeze that ball into
at all.
and
the ball was right over his shoulder and over the outside shoulder, so he could make the catch, and only he was going to make it. Great play. And that's Kurt Warner threw 41, but none of them as big as that one.
No, that was the one, wasn't it? Indeed, yeah. So Tampa Bay, Preston didn't get a few breaks there, but obviously St. Louis, they manufactured this victory for themselves, and they did it in all the departments, didn't they?
And once you take the lead over Tampa, you always have them in trouble when they have to pass. And what happens when they have to pass, we can take a look at the next play, is St. Louis they run great blitzing schemes, and they haven't had enough credit for that. And watch this one, because what's going to happen is both linebackers who are discussing the issue right now among themselves are going to come in on the blitz, and London's going to basically take out the guard. He's going to hit him first, so the second backer can come through, and then he's just got the running back in his way, who's Warwick Dunn, who's the small guy, and he basically just goes over Dunn. Dunn throws a good block, but he gets over him enough so that he can put a hand on King and slow him up. So watch, there goes the motion through. The two linebackers haven't shown yet, but now they do. And watch, there's the hit. The second guy comes through, and he just gets the hand on Sean King, and that's all it takes to slow him up so that the rest of the line can get there. And that was really the big play.
That was where it was won, wasn't it? Pretty much there, because it was a long shot with the last pass, and that was, you know.
Yeah, and even the completion that was taken away from them, still they were left with a 3rd and 10 at that point. So that was just a huge play for St. Louis.
Absolutely, indeed. Yes, so there we know now. So the Titans and the Rams are going to be in the final. So let's just finish off this part of the season the way that we should do, which is to see the trophy being collected now. It's the George Halas Trophy. To talk us through it, here's James Brown.
Thank you very much. An offense with an awful lot of